What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to give you guys my opinion on the whole David Wright situation. As all of you guys may know, my all-time favorite player in baseball and favorite athlete is David Wright. I'll get into my story on David Wright in a little bit, but in this video, I just want to give my my opinion on the whole David Wright's last game / retirement. But before I get started, he's not going to officially retire till his contract is up, because if he officially retires, he won't be getting paid for the last 2 years remaining on the contract extension the Mets gave him back in 2013, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check my resources while editing this video. But as you guys saw, a few days ago, David Wright announced, Jeff Wilpon, aka the new GM of the Mets, announced that David Wright will be activated on September 25th, and his last game will be the last game of the season on September 29th. So when I first saw this update on my phone, I was actually at work on my lunch break. I was like, yeah, baby, David Wright's finally coming back. We're getting our captain back. Everything's going to be back to the good old days. But then, when I went on Twitter, I saw that David Wright, last game will be September 29th. I was shell-shocked, because I was one of the believers that David Wright is going to get back. He has to get back. He's David freaking Wright. Like, he's going to get back to, obviously not the caliber player that he was, but he's going to get back to being somewhat of an everyday player again, and going to be back to David Wright that we all know and love. But sadly, he is medically unable to pretty much to continue, and it's not the result I was hoping for. And it's obviously the result that he wasn't hoping for. And it's just really upsetting that my favorite player is going to be basically retiring. But once I saw, I'll play the clips here of the press conference right here. And as you guys just saw, you can clearly see David Wright is, in tears. He literally was in tears, like sad about, something that's been in his whole life, playing baseball, is about to be taken away from him. And when I saw that, man, I'm not gonna lie, I teared up myself, and it's just really sad that David Wright, basically our Derek Jeter, he was on the Hall of Fame pace, but never really turned into never really ended up being the player that he was on pace to be. He was definitely on pace of being a Hall of Famer, but, injuries happen, bleep happens. It just didn't work out. But in my mind, David Wright is still that franchise player, and obviously will be in the Mets Hall of Fame. And Jeff Wilpon, if you're watching this video, you better retire his number, because I don't want to see another person ever wear the number 5 ever again. Because whenever I see number 5 in the orange and blue, it is always for David Wright. So now I want to explain the story on why David Wright is my all-time favorite player. Not a lot of you guys know, I played baseball, started playing baseball, I don't know, I guess whatever the minimum age was. And I wasn't the greatest. I'm not gonna say, I was the best. But I really wasn't good at baseball. Never kind of really liked it at first. But I did it just to do it because it's baseball, it's sports, it's fun. But kids, some kids would make fun of me, and when I was a kid, that stuff kind of got to me, so I quit baseball. I was done with it. I was done with it until I never really watched any of the games. I started getting the start of getting back into the Mets was in the playoffs in 2006. So I was watching those games, and I remember watching Game 7 at NLCS when Yadier Molina hit that home run in the top of the ninth. I've never been... I cried. My dad literally didn't even let me watch the famous Beltran doesn't know how to swing the bat in the bottom of the ninth. I was sobbing that when that happened. I didn't, as I just said, I didn't even get to watch that. So, fast forward to the Subway Series in 2007. I think the first round, the Mets Yankees at Shea Stadium. Good old Shea, missed that place. Good old Shea Stadium. So I was at my grandpa's. I went to my grandparents' house, and my grandpa is a big Yankees fan. So we were watching the Mets Yankees Subway Series game. And then I'm a Mets fan. I really wasn't, I wasn't in that die-hard period just yet. So we're watching the game, and I always see David Wright, always hitting home runs. My other favorite player, well, was originally my favorite player, Jose Reyes, but, he left. So he was out when he left. He got downgraded. So I see this guy, David Wright. Jose Reyes stealing bases like crazy. Exciting. Reyes in his prime, Wright in his prime. It was crazy. And the Mets won the first two games, So I was, getting into it with my grandpa when I was a kid. I don't know, ever since that 3-game series, I pretty much watched every single Mets game from that point. And that's ever since then, I've been a diehard Mets fan. Been through that ending in 2007, that other the ending in 2008, that I don't know what the hell happened in 2009, and then the bad years in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and the one year when, by the end of the year, thinking they're going to start, maybe turning around, there was some hope, 2014, and then 2015 rolls around, and then David Wright gets that back injury, and I kind of shook it off. Yeah, he'll be back. It's just a hamstring. This was before the back thing even came up, and all of a sudden I see David Wright stopped doing a rehab assignment. Says just been diagnosed with spinal stenosis. I'm like, what the heck is going on? This one of these freaking crazy men injury things again. So people were saying David Wright career ending. I was always from that point. I was always, he's gonna be back. He'll be back. He'll be back to the guy that he was. He'll be back to batting 310, 23, 25 home runs, 80 to 100 RBIs. He'll be back to that. He'll be back. But he never came back. And it's just sad that never happened. But what are you going to do? That's just life. Life sometimes sucks. And it's just really sad. But so now I want to tell you another story on how I actually got the chance to meet David Wright in person. So now this day was the greatest day, still to this day, the greatest day of my entire life. I want to say I think it was summer of 2014. Yeah, because Granderson was on the team. Summer of 2014. That point in my life, I was having, kind of a rough time, kind of in a little bit of a depression. And so my mom's friend actually does David Wright's taxes. I'm like, what? This is freaking crazy. Someone that my mom knows does David Wright's taxes. I'm like, man, dude, I wish I could, meet him or something. So one day my mom, I guess, I don't remember the exact story what happened, but I think I guess he knew that I was a big David Wright fan and Mets fan, so he invited us, me and my dad, to go to a Mets game and meet David and watch batting practice on the field and meet David Wright. So I'm like, hell yeah, man, this is going to be a freaking great day. Everything. So when we get to the stadium, we go through like the VIP entrance, get these necklace tags and everything, and you see some players. You see Henry Mejia, but he's a bum. He's terrible. So we walk on, we're in the stadium, like under, that under part, and all of a sudden we walk through the visitor, I think it was the visitors' dugout stairs. All of a sudden I step my foot on the dirt, the wooden track dirt by the dugout. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm literally on the field. This is freaking awesome. And then all of a sudden, you see the Mets taking batting practice. Man, it was like the greatest freaking thing ever. The greatest. It was awesome. And then all of a sudden, you see David Wright, and he waves. I'm like, oh, man, there he is. I'm telling you, I was never so nervous in my entire life. And we got to see him. We took pictures with him and everything. And I ended up getting his autograph. And the only chance I ever had that I said to him was, dude, like, you're my idol. Like, you're literally my hero. And, he said, yeah, I appreciate it. I really appreciate, he said a bunch of nice things. And, I got a picture taken with him, ended up getting his autograph, and it's just a shame that his career just never really worked out. From that point on, like, we never really saw him again. I'm kind of, emotions are kind of getting to me. I don't know if I'm going to cut this out or not, but it just sucks. Like, I don't know why I get all so upset, thinking about it, but it's just terrible. Just wish he was still around. So now that I told you guys my personal story about how I met David Wright, so now I'm gonna end the video right. This pretty much wraps up. David Wright is obviously my favorite player of all time, and I just wish that his career would end up being differently, because he was on a Hall of Fame pace, and he was our form of Derek Jeter, and I really hope I can end up making it to his final home game, but the secondary market for tickets already are ridiculous. Like, I was looking at nosebleed seats over $100. Like, that's absolutely insane. So, what my plan is and what to do is, if I don't end up making it to the game, I'm gonna bring the game to me. So I'm gonna get up in my room with the full. I have a 50-inch TV, full surround sound. I'm gonna get a nice table. I'm gonna get some soft pretzels from the pretzel factory. I want to make some popcorn, maybe make some sausage and peppers or hot dogs. Kind of bring the ballpark vibe to me, and have the game on full blast, so it can be like that we are there. So that wraps up today's video. If you liked this video, please make sure you smash that like button, and if you want to see more videos like these, please consider subscribing. And if you want to stay up to date, whenever I post a video, hit that bell button. And please share this video with your friends. And before I forget, please follow me on social media. Links are in the description. Alrighty guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!